It's Next Level November, today on the Dr. Oz Show. Does your bloat make you feel like a hot air balloon? And like you can't zip up those jeans? New ways to beat your belly bloat. By tomorrow.
The 5 things you can do starting today.
Plus, the shocking new beauty trend. Women microwaving their armpits.
Yep, their armpits.
The surprising reason why. But is it safe? Coming up next.
We'll save lives today. You guys ready to get healthy? Welcome. Thank you. Today, we are spending the next hour banishing your body baggage, showing you how you can shed those insecurities and annoying body complaints that you're carrying around. And we're kicking it off with the new ways to beat your belly bloat that promises to be a complete game changer.
If you ever feel your belly is as big as this big balloon, it could be from the gas inside you that combusts like this. And today, we're going to tell you how to eliminate it. We're going to eliminate our baggage so you can fly high.
Dr. Ross is brave. These are the 3 things you won't want to miss in today's show. We're giving you 5 things you can do right now to beat bloat by tomorrow. And find out why these women are microwaving their armpits. It's getting rid of a piece of your most common body baggage I know a lot of you are carrying around. Plus, easy at-home solutions for your under-eye bags, sort of the ones that look like this, and so much more. Well, we're letting it all happen today, so you not only look your best, but you feel your best too. So let's start with how to beat the bloat by tomorrow. We have cut through the clutter to give you 5 simple things. 5 things to take the mystery out of bloat. And it's not just another elimination diet. I know those are sort of tedious and like homework. It actually focuses on what you can eat. And it gives you a straightforward list that you can print and use. So let's start with number 1. It is, on this table, to drink a vegan protein powder smoothie at breakfast. Anyone that you like. This eases your digestive system into the day gently, because guess what? The blender has done most of the digestion for you. Listen, if you got a blender, use it. You don't have to use your teeth all the time. Make life easier for yourself in the morning. Blend stuff up. Now, I happen to prefer vegan types of smoothies because sometimes the dairy and the whey protein, which is a common protein source, can cause bloat. And if it does, you want to try a pea or a hemp protein. The body actually digests the protein in these in a very unique way, which can be helpful for some folks. So give them a try, and they're very affordable. Number 2 on our list to beat bloat by tomorrow is over here to eat a mid-morning snack of a soluble fiber. I want to introduce you to Dr. Vincent Pedra. He's an expert in all things gut, who's recovered after himself suffering from years of bloat and IBS, so he knows what it feels like, and he's been there. And he's here today to tell us why this is a good idea.
So everybody knows what a probiotic is, but many people don't know what prebiotic. Prebiotics are food for our healthy gut bacteria. Some of them are soluble fibers, so they help fill you up without getting too bloated. So things like apples, nuts, we put some seeds here, onions, garlic are also prebiotics, but you don't want to do too much of them, because too much of a good thing can also make you feel bloated.
Let's demonstrate exactly the difference between a soluble fiber and an insoluble fiber, because I bet you if I pushed you hard, you might not know the difference as well as you should. Coming over here. Soluble fibers do 2 things. They feed the good guy bacteria in your gut, the good boys in there, and they keep you fuller for longer so you don't overeat. So I've got 2 of these fibers here. I've got soluble fiber, like Pedro has the insoluble fiber. We'll put our purple gloves on. This is the intestinal system. And I want to demonstrate for you what happens when you take soluble fiber like this. See, they look the same, by the way. Compare them if you don't mind. See how they look the same? On the outside, they look the same. But on the inside, they do something very different. Go ahead and add yours. Watch Dr. Pedro's for one. Notice how the insoluble fiber quickly separates itself and becomes this big, thick, it's like straw mixed into your intestines. Go on, show them that, show that. Demonstrate that. See how it's sort of thick like that? You can understand that's a little different from mine, which actually forms a gel. And when I put it into my gut, like this, guess what happens? Mine is sort of thick and sludgy. So it doesn't always travel at the right pace. That's a good thing because it'll keep you full. It's one of the reasons we recommend it if you're going on a diet. But you sort of have to really work at it just to get it to go. It takes a little bit of effort. You got to keep pushing. This will prevents you from having bloat because it feeds the good bacteria and it doesn't allow you to eat too much. Whereas insoluble fiber, go ahead and pour that in. I'll help you a little bit. Pour that in there. What ends up happening is you form this big, thick poop. I'll just use the word, get it out there. Because your body, like toothpaste, will push this through like that. See how it sort of milks it through? So you'll have a nice, big, full bowel movement, which is why you don't want to have only soluble fiber. You want to have a little bit of both. So let's take us to practice. What do you actually in life have to eat in order to get enough of that insoluble fiber?
So insoluble fibers are found in foods like dark leafy greens, broccoli, carrots, cucumbers, and what you want to do is you want to fill your plate with 3/4 of this, and the other quarter is protein and a healthy fat like an omega-3. If you do this, then it's going to help you not feel bloated, and you'll have a bowel movement by later in the day.
So timing's important on this. So soluble fiber is important early in the day, insoluble fiber later in the day to make sure you clear things out so you can go to bed at night without a lot of stuff stuck in you. Number 4 on our list to beat the bloat by tomorrow is to take a tablespoonful of coconut oil halfway between lunch and dinner. Why is that timing important and how does it work?
Well, that's about the time that your blood sugar is dropping, and coconut oil is food for your brain, but also food for your healthy gut bacteria, while keeping gas-producing yeast in check. So it's gonna fill you up because it's a healthy fat, and it's gonna keep you full until dinner and keep you from eating bloat-producing foods like cookies and...
So you literally take a spoonful of this and eat it? That
basically,
much?
straight up.
Get out of here. You really?
Yeah.
Let me see you do it. People say this to me all the time, then I do it and they... It's not as bad as I thought. I suggest you work your way up to a full tablespoon. All right. Number 5 is to get creative with your probiotics at dinner. We talk a lot about probiotics. Remember we talked about prebiotics earlier? But these are probiotics.
Yes.
And my probiotic expert will tell you in a second, but the feedback I get is that people just don't like the taste of the probiotics. And the pills, who wants to go buy them? A lot of times people get frustrated. So I challenged a member of Oz Nation to create a dinner incorporating a probiotic into every course. Yoli took the challenge on. She got 2 popular probiotics, kefir and sauerkraut. And then she made them into delicious meals, at least I am told. Now, I must say, I didn't like the sound of these foods,
right,
but we're gonna audit what you actually made, Yoli, so take it away.
Well, the first one is a kefir Caesar salad. And that is just using some kefir, some nutritional yeast, and it's really good and tasty. It's really quick and simple to make, especially on a late night when you come home and you don't want to do anything else. Are you going to try some?
I'm going to try some. I'm going to make sure it tastes good. And now this is, I'm going to taste this, but the sauerkraut plus avocado mix, that does not sound very good to me.
It is really good because avocados are really filling, and who doesn't love guacamole? Guacamole is like the staple dish of any household, at least in my household, because I am greedy and I love good food. So we made some sauerkraut guacamole with sweet potato tacos, and it has a little bit of black bean to get your protein in there.
This thing is to die for, by the way. The kefir's dressing.
Yay.
This should be in everyone's pantry. Just make this stuff this pretty quick as well. Can I taste this a little bit?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna taste it right out of here, see it myself.
Now, the other thing is for some people who are like lactose intolerant with kefir, on the market now they have so many different alternatives. There's dairy-free, there's lactose-free. So there are a lot of different options that people can use if they're afraid to dive into dairy.
Of all the foods I've ever tasted on the show, this is the one that has shocked me the most.
Hey.
I can't believe how good this is. And I wouldn't have thought it. The 2 tastes don't seem like they'd go together well, but it's actually delectable.
It balances out so that way you don't taste all that sour and it hits you in the face. And I love it. It's the best thing ever.
I loved all the things you made for me.
Thank you.
So thank you very, very much. Dr. Pedrick, thanks for being here. His book is called Happy Gut. It's available for pre-order now. You can also find Dr. Pedrick's bonus tips for beating bloat, even more ideas he has, on DrOz.com. But first, Dr. Rosser has another bloat solution you can use tonight.
We're about 300 feet in the air right now, and just like we're elevated, your head should be too at night when you're in bed. Acid reflux can be the cause of your bloat. To prevent reflux, try elevating the head of your bed with books by 4 to 6 inches.
Coming up next, the latest science revealing the hidden reason your jeans feel too tight and your belly feels full. The 3 questions you need to ask your doctor
Can you tell me what signs and symptoms I should watch for
to prevent your bloat. Next. Does double dipping spread germs?
It's nasty.
Who handles pain better, men or women?
Whoa, that hurts.
and the beauty treatment that will make your skin crawl. All new Oz.
That's coming up tomorrow. Today we are banishing your bloat. And according to the latest research, there are surprising new reasons behind why you're having trouble getting your genes to button up. It all lies in the microbiome in your gut. Take a look.
Your microbial cells, all the tiny organisms like bacteria living inside you, outnumber your body's own cells 10 to 1, making you, in some ways, more microbe than human. But all those microorganisms have a job. Your body operates like a factory, and your microbes are the worker bees, helping digest food, maintaining your gut lining, even telling your immune system who's friend or foe. But some of those microbes can be destructive, creating bloat-causing hydrogen and methane gases. That's why when your gut is out of balance, with more bad microbes than good, you feel puffy, gassy, like you can't button up your jeans. So how can you eliminate this kind of bloat?
Dr. Robin Chutkin, founder of the Digestive Center for Women, is here, and she spent the last few years poring over the latest gut health research to find out exactly how to do that. Now, she says that in her practice, she's seeing a lot of things firsthand, very different perspectives on this. A lot of women have issues with their gut they never used to talk about before. Why is that?
So bloating is the #1 complaint I'm seeing in my office. It's happening more and more for the simple reason that we're too clean.
Too clean?
Too clean.
So in what ways are we too clean?
Well, we're using all these antibacterial products.
You look pretty clean.
Well, I did bathe just for you today, but normally, we want to keep it a little dirty. So we're using all these antibacterial products that are killing off all our good bacteria. And as it turns out, good bacteria, most of our bacteria, in fact, are our friends, not our foes. They're designed to keep us healthy, to train our immune system. So eliminating them with all these antibacterial products we're using is really creating tons of problems for us in terms of bloating and other health problems.
So you brought a high-tech demo to build this alive for us. So this is what? This is us?
This is what the hand sanitizer is going to do. So antibacterial products like hand sanitizer, which you see everybody walking around with in the airport and schools, hand sanitizer can't distinguish between good and bad bacteria. They kill them equally. So here they are eradicating.
So the blues are bad.
Yeah, they'll make the blue, the boys bad, and the pink for the girls are good.
Okay.
So here they are, they're killing off.
I get one-upped all the time.
They're killing off all our healthy bacteria. And as luck would have it, the healthy bacteria are often frailer and easier to be killed off than the bad bacteria. So what happens now is we have this whole deficit in our microbiome. We have all here, get your hands in here, get some of this.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, so we have this whole deficit, and now the bad bacteria multiply, there they are multiplying,
yes.
and create all this bloat-producing gas. And so we end up with this imbalance in our microbiome. So these products have no advantage over regular hand washing with soap and water for keeping us healthy.
All right, so I wanted to find out what else besides hand sanitizers were concerned. But the hygiene hypothesis is a big one, but the things we do right now. So I wanted to find out if there are things that could be hiding in your home right now without you realizing it that could be causing you an issue. So let's go meet Kamika. How are you, Kamika?
Hi, how are you, Dr.
And thank you for letting Dr. Chutkin go through your...
So nice to meet you. Help me out.
Yeah, thank you for letting her go through your stuff. I want to hear your story first. What's the issues with bloat with you?
Okay, so it's so embarrassing. Like, I can't wear a proper outfit without having that issue where either my jeans don't fit right or I'm wearing a dress and I have to wear Spanx, just to make sure it looks smooth and I don't look like I'm 3 months pregnant. Nothing against pregnant ladies, but I don't want to look pregnant if I'm not. So those are some of the issues that I'm having, and it's not just food related. I think sometimes when I don't get enough rest, I can just wake up and I feel so extended. So I really need your help, please.
So if you're willing to let us do this right now, Dr. Chutkin is going to take you through the things she found in your life that could be causing you problems.
Don't judge.
Yeah. And you're not alone. The things that you have in your medicine cabinet in your kitchen, they're very similar to what we've all got in our houses.
Exactly.
Fair enough?
Absolutely.
Take it away. So we're going to start off with the medicine cabinet, which ironically, although you take lots of things to avoid bloating, you're probably taking things that make it a lot worse too.
So Kamika, you, like a lot of people, probably think that the medicine cabinet is a solution to a lot of your problems. But when it comes to bloating in the microbiome, it's often the cause. So I want to start with this right here, antibiotic.
Yeah.
Antibiotic. So the typical American kid will receive 17 courses of antibiotics by the time they get to high school. Wow. It's a tremendous amount of antibiotics. And keep in mind that 5 days of a strong, what we call broad spectrum antibiotic that works against a lot of different bacteria will kill off 1/3 of your gut bacteria.
Oh,
is that right? 1/3?
1/3, and there's no guarantee that they're ever coming back. So we talked about what happens when you have this void,
right,
when a lot of the bacteria are killed off and a lot of the good bacteria, the bad bacteria go forth and multiply. So there's some really important questions to ask. My top 3 are: number 1, this is the most important question, is this antibiotic absolutely necessary?
Okay.
It's just the first question, because studies have shown, particularly in kids, that 67% of the time doctors will prescribe an antibiotic if they think you want one, and 7% when they think you don't. So there's a lot of leeway between when you really need it. The second question is, you have to ask, are you giving me this antibiotic for an actual infection, or are you giving me it just in case?
Okay.
Can I underline this for 1 second? This is not a blame issue, it's just the reality. You come to my office and you say, I got a sore throat, can you give me some antibiotics? It's a very different way of coming to me than saying, I got this thing in my throat, I really don't want to take antibiotics, what do you think? It biases me. I didn't realize those numbers were true, but 2/3 of the time, I'm going to give you antibiotics, in the exact same scenario, versus less than 1 in 10.
Well, I'm learning a lot because, of course, you just go in and you have someone think for you. So now I'm learning it's a partnership. Like, I have to work with you and tell you exactly.
It's a dialogue. And if you come in saying, you know, I'd rather not take an antibiotic unless absolutely necessary, then they're going to be more cautious about prescribing it. And that's a good thing for your microbiome. The third question is just to ask, could I take the prescription home with me? And can you tell me what signs and symptoms I should watch for that would mean I need to start taking the antibiotic? So that's sort of watchful
so you don't
waiting.
Have to take it right away.
Absolutely. You can wait and see what happens.
Let's move on to the next area. We also found something in your fridge that we're worried about. And this is something that a lot of folks take. They think it's okay for them, but they have...
so good.
These are artificially sweetened drinks and snacks. I know why you're taking them. I get that. What's the problem with
Kamika, when it comes to sweeteners, pick calories over chemicals. These chemicals are terrible for us. Artificial sweeteners are called artificial for a reason. So let me explain to you how they can be contributing to your bloat.
Okay.
Artificial sweeteners are not broken down in the small intestine. That's why they don't add calories. So they float on down to the colon where they get fermented by gut bacteria. And what do they produce? The fermentation? Hydrogen, methane, gas, and bloat. So pick calories over chemicals. You don't want to be putting these chemicals in your body.
Can I keep these two and go light on
Go regular yogurt. Go regular.
I wish they worked. That's actually part that's frustrating. They're irritating because they actually don't really offer you with the benefits they desire, but they cause the bloating many of you don't expect. Thank you very much for sharing your life with us.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Chen's got a brand new book out. It's called The Microbiome Solution, which is absolutely fabulous. We'll be right back. But first, Dr. Rosser is going to burst your bubble with this next hidden reason for your bloat.
Just like this balloon inflates with the help of air, so does your belly. Whether you're drinking with a straw or chewing gum, it causes you to take down extra air, and this causes bloating. So ditch that straw and substitute that gum with ginger chews.
Next, the brand new things our poop can tell us about our health. And you don't need to go to a doctor to find out. We put them to the test to see if they can solve your bloat mystery.
Think of it as a dusting for fingerprints of poop.
Coming up.
Have you ever noticed that your fiber cereal can backfire on you? Literally, it can give you as much gas as we're giving this balloon. Taking too much fiber in all at once can be a shock to your digestive system, especially if you're not accustomed to it. The result, the gut can make so much gas that it can overcome you, just like these bubbles are overcoming this glass. We still want you to get your fiber. The solution? Start slow with a smaller serving and gradually work yourself up to a whole bowl.
That was Dr. Rosser with another tip on how to banish your bloat. And now we're taking it a step further and turning to something that I know you are all obsessed with, your poop. Am I right? They're acknowledging it. Listen, there's these at-home poop tests, and they're increasing in popularity, and you can learn more than ever about your poop. But they are pricey, and are they worth it? Consumer Reporter and our core expert Elizabeth Leamy tried them so you don't have to.
If you can stomach the idea, poop tests are the latest trend in at-home testing, and you can find them, order them, and get results without ever leaving your home. With some tests, you send a stool sample to a lab and wait for results. Others give you instant answers. I'm trying 3 of them. First up, microbiome, which gives you information about the microorganisms living in your gut and compares them with other people's. The company claims your microbes reflect your lifestyle and health. Let's see, to collect the microbiome sample, all you have to do is swab a piece of toilet paper that has stool on it. The kit costs $89 in our mid-range price-wise, and results take 4 to 6 weeks. Next up, Enero Lab, which checks for food sensitivities and how well you absorb nutrients. The Enero Lab test comes with this big bowl. You wedge it under your toilet seat and, well, you can imagine the rest. All told, this test costs $378, our most expensive. It typically takes 2 to 3 weeks for results. Finally, there's Easy Detect by Biomerica. This test looks for blood in your stool, which can be an early warning sign for colon cancer. A positive result doesn't mean you have cancer, but it does mean you should get to your doctor for further testing. With Easy Detect, you simply drop this test strip into the toilet bowl after a bowel movement. If it turns blue, blood is present. This test costs $7.99, and the results are immediate, so it's our cheapest and quickest. Well, at this point, I guess you could say I'm pooped, and time to wait for some results.
Now, Elizabeth started eating a lot of fiber over the past couple of weeks. Was that to help create enough of these samples?
Yep, this is a new level of reporter involvement on my part,
Yes.
I must say. Whew.
I'm glad you closed the doors anyway. So are you ready for your results?
Yes, I am. Super curious.
You want to know everything you there is about your poop.
Oh,
You're this.
yes. And for the world to know as well.
There it is. I mean, this is a
Okay.
lot of stuff. All this, by the way, today's available to you. All this information, specific things about what's in the poop, what they're telling you about you, comparing you to everybody else. I mean, there's so much stuff here. It, not surprisingly, it takes a little bit of effort to understand it all, which is one potential issue with all these tests. So we had our medical students comb through this and pull out the things that were the most important.
Lucky them.
Yeah, okay, so we'll make you the sample American for this.
Okay.
So microbiome, they map the poop to look specifically and give you a breakdown of what you had in your bacteria mix versus everybody else. Think of it as a dusting for fingerprints of poop inside of you. Yeah, that's
Yes.
fundamentally what we're getting. And what we found was Bacteroides was about 20% of you, and then these things called Firmicutes. It sounds like persnickety.
Yeah.
Firmicutes, think about that. That's what most of your poop is. You want to know what more about this thing?
Yes.
Here, let me click on it. There. Firmicutes, specifically, they help us digest fat that our bodies need for energy, and they're among the most common microbes in the gut. In fact, in your case, they're literally 3/4. But here's the part that I like. I want to compare you to everybody else.
Okay.
So, for example, let's see how you do versus folks who are vegetarians.
All right.
Okay, so this is the same Firmicutes.
Yep.
Notice you're this dark blue here. And I'm sorry, yes, that's right. You're the dark blue, and this is a vegetarian person over here. You have a lot more. Almost 3/4 of your bacteria are this Firmicutes versus less than half of a vegetarian. Are you a big meat
Go
eater?
me.
Go me, exactly.
I don't know. You know what? I do eat everything from fish to beef, but I also eat a ton of veggies. So I actually thought I would have more of the bacteria associated with veggies. It's really interesting.
Well, there's another one, the Entero Lab. They tested sensitivities.
Yes.
Right. So are you aware of any issues that you have?
I think I'm okay.
Well, this lab test actually showed that you are sensitive to gluten and slightly sensitive to cow's milk.
Well, that is a bummer because my 2 favorite foods are bread and cheese. Dang it.
And do you notice that you get bloated when you have those or have any other issues, poop problems, et
I
cetera?
will say this. I have experimented with a gluten-free diet in the past, and I did feel better. And this is going to give me the motivation to get back on the wagon.
Well, before you overreact to it, I am concerned with all this data coming in, what we can make out of this. So I'm going to give you sort of a perspective on that in a second. Don't change everything yet.
Okay.
The last test you did was one I liked a lot. It was called the Easy Detect.
Yes.
And that looked for blood in your stool. And what did you find?
No blood in my stool. Now we all
None.
know.
Now we all know. You're much better about that.
Yes.
So you're a veteran consumer reporter. You've got a lot of these things. Just give me your gestalt. Do you think these tests are worthwhile?
Well, let's look at the first one, the ubiome with the poop mapping. In that case, they're giving you a lot of really cool information, but I think to get the most out of it, you'd want to do it multiple times to kind of see if your gut bacteria changes if you change your diet. And it's affordable to do it once, but repeats could get kind of pricey. Plus, they use your data in their research project, so maybe they should be paying me for my poop.
Yes. What a great cash business for all of us. We can send our poop in.
Hey.
Yeah. But I think, I was touching on that earlier. If we can learn from people's poop what makes them gain weight or gain energy or whatever, that's power. Maybe you should. I think you're right. We'll charge next time.
Right.
All
So
right.
now
Enterolab.
Yeah, in this case, look, there have not been any major scientific studies that show that stool testing is a reliable indicator of food sensitivities. So it is expensive considering that. $378 plus an additional fee if you want to speak to their doctor about your results. It's so new, it's a little unproven. Maybe people don't want to spend their money on it yet. Yeah. Could prove promising later. We'll see. It's almost too good to be true, but I know we're working on these kinds of tests for lots of things. There's going to be a breath test for finding lung cancer. So you don't actually have to have blood tests for these things. Maybe it's better not to. So I'm curious about them, but I sort of share your concerns. How about the easy test for looking for colon blood? Well, this is a legitimate tool. It's actually FDA approved, but the results can mean anything from you need to change to a softer toilet paper to you have colon cancer.
I think my bottom line, if too much information confuses you or it worries you a lot, then just skip these tests because other ways you can take care of yourself. But if you can use these as a tool to work with your doctor, then I actually think it's maybe worthwhile. And there's nothing hurtful in doing these tests except maybe to your wallet, as you brought up, Elizabeth. Thank you for testing those poop for us. Yes. Up next, find out if this week's biggest health headline is true. Could your hot dogs and deli meat actually cause cancer? Stay with us.
Next, are your favorite processed meats as dangerous as cigarettes? The potential health hazards have swirled for years. Now, new information from the World Health Organization. Can processed meat cause cancer? And how much is too much? Coming up. Does double dipping spread germs?
It's nasty.
Who handles pain better, men or women?
Whoa, that hurts.
And the beauty treatment that will make your skin crawl. All new Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
Today, breaking news, a potential game changer from the World Health Organization. WHO announced that processed meats like bacon, sausage, and ham cause cancer. And it has everyone asking, should I stop eating meat?
Bringing home the bacon may no longer be desirable or healthy and hygienic to humans, and even went so far as to classify it as a Group 1 carcinogen in the same category as smoking and exposure to asbestos. The announcement came after the International Agency for Research in Cancer found that all forms of processed meats are linked to multiple types of cancer. After reviewing more than 800 studies, researchers found colon cancer was more common in people who consumed large amounts of processed meats. The recommendation also identified red meat as probably carcinogenic to humans, linking it to increased risks for colorectal as well as pancreatic and prostate cancer. The controversial report, one of the most aggressive stances taken by the world's most influential health organization, may redefine the American diet.
Now, you may not be surprised at what counts as processed meats. It's hot dogs, ham, corned beef is in there, salami, obviously bacon. These are all considered carcinogenic to humans. But the WHO also mentions risks of red meats like beef and veal and pork and lamb and the ground beef that comes from some of that, calling these probably carcinogenic. So how much processed meat does the WHO says puts you at risk? I broke it down like this. In a day, 1.25 hot dogs. That's more than most folks will get at a ballpark, but not by much. 6 slices of ham, just under 3 slices of bacon. Again, per day. They're saying that this amount of processed meat will increase your cancer risk by about 18%. But I want to put this in context. Putting meat in the same category as cigarettes has caused alarm, but I don't think it's the same level of risk. For example, an estimated 11% of colorectal cancers are caused by processed or red meat. Now compare that to the 90% of lung cancer caused by tobacco. Big difference, 11% versus 90%. And making it even broader, just under 1% of all cancers are thought to be caused by meat, compared to a third, 33% of cancer caused by tobacco. So there are worse things we can do than eat meat. But, it's important, the link between meat consumption and cancer is becoming pretty clear. And it appears to be dose-related. The more you eat, the higher your risk. The bottom line for me, and the American Cancer Society says it nicely, they recommend limited processed and red meats, and they encourage you to eat more vegetables and fish. I wholeheartedly agree. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, the new grooming trend sweeping social media. Can a new procedure really eliminate underarm sweat forever? Later, do-it-yourself solutions to help reduce under-eye bags so you don't look so tired. Coming up.
There's a new trend sweeping social media. Women are microwaving their armpits. But why? Well, they're doing it to eliminate underarm sweat and hair for good. And that's body baggage, a lot of you would be very happy to get rid of. So here's what you need to know. First of all, it is called Mira Smooth. It's an FDA-approved procedure, and it actually uses microwave energy. Microwave energy, like the kind you have in your kitchen with a microwave, right? That's what it looks like. Joining me is board-certified dermatologist, Dr. Whitney Bowe, who performs the procedure. How are you?
Good, thank you.
This is the actual device?
This is where the magic happens.
And how does it work?
So it works by using microwave energy to actually heat up the junction between the dermis, the lower level of the skin, and the fat. So it permanently kills sweat glands, odor glands, and hair follicles.
And who is it right for?
It's really right for anyone who struggles with underarm hair or sweat. What's so unique about this is that it's colorblind. So it actually treats hair of all colors. It treats blonde hair, red hair, light brown, gray hair. And that's a total breakthrough when it comes to hair removal.
Does the skin color matter either?
And the skin color doesn't matter either. So it's perfectly safe no matter what color your skin is, no matter what color your hair is.
Before I show you how this thing works, you all know my friend Wendy Williams, right? So Wendy actually came on the show a while back, was complaining about the fact that she sweats under her underarms, and she did it because she knew how much I sweat. I've got these big stains under my arms all the time. So we agreed both to maybe try this out. I chickened out. She actually got an older version of this done, and she's very happy with the results. She keeps pinging me to get the thing done. So that's part of the reason I had you on today, to find out more about this.
No pressure, but you might just have to come and visit me.
Yeah, I'm going to show everyone how it works, but how safe is it? Are there complications that might allow you to sweat more in other areas if you have this done?
It's very safe. Excellent question. So a lot of my patients are concerned about losing all of the sweat glands underneath their arms. So I explain to people, we're born with 2 million sweat glands throughout our body, and only 2% of the sweat glands are actually underneath the arm. So we're perfectly capable of regulating our body temperature. We don't need those sweat glands. But even more than just the safety is the efficiency. I mean, literally, you're targeting the hair and the sweat in a single hour-long treatment.
All right, so let's look at what's happening here. So here's your underarm area. 2% of your sweat glands are here. They sweat a lot, but these little follicles, they can make a mess under there. You put the device on top of it, and literally applying it for about an hour, you get the results we're talking about. What's really happening? Under the skin, you've got the hair, you've got these oily glands, you've got where the sweat comes out, and so you suck the skin up, and then you emit these microwaves that heat up the area below. When they heat it up, those really hot areas get burned, so the hair follicles, now, by the way, you're cooling. This means it's cooling. So you're cooling the top part of the skin, whereas the bottom doesn't get cooled. The bottom gets really, really hot, so hot that you actually kill off the hair, some of the sweat glands, and when you make some of those oil, that gives you the odor down there as well.
Exactly.
Did I do it right?
Perfect.
All right, let's go up here. I want to meet somebody who actually had a procedure. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So Danielle had the procedure performed by Dr. Bowe.
Hi, Danielle.
About a month ago.
Yes.
And I'm just curious, in practice, how's it been for you?
Wonderful.
Did it hurt a lot when you had it done?
No, the initial numbing was the most uncomfortable part, but the whole procedure didn't hurt at all.
And how much of an issue was your sweating beforehand?
It wasn't so much the sweating, it was more so I had to shave every single day, which caused really bad razor burn.
Oh.
So I was embarrassed to wear tank tops out in public.
You're wearing a tank top now.
I'm not embarrassed anymore.
On national TV.
Can we see the results?
Of course.
So when was the last time you shaved?
Monday.
Oh my goodness. So what does this thing cost? Everyone's going to run off and get this test done.
Right? It's $2,000, but for many people, it's well worth it. I mean, it causes dramatic improvements in people's quality of life. And, also if you think about how much money people spend on waxing, shaving, antiperspirants, deodorants, at the end of the day, you're probably saving money.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy for you. That is something wonderful.
Thank you.
So I'm fascinated by this technology. I'll continue to follow it, and I'll continue to let Wendy know when I decide maybe to do it myself. Up next, a beauty trend I know you'll all be talking about tomorrow. You do not want to miss this.
Later, banish those baggy eyes with do-it-yourself remedies. Simple ingredients in your kitchen to reduce puffiness and dark circles. The best at-home solutions to banish under-eye bags for good. Coming up. Does double dipping spread germs?
It's nasty.
Who handles pain better, men or women?
Whoa, that hurts.
And the beauty treatment that will make your skin crawl. All new Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
The next baggage I know a lot of you struggle with, I'm here to claim myself. It is under-eye bags. To prove it is a picture of me early this morning before the show. Very, very happy, but look at those bags, like the big kinds you have to carry around. Luckily, YouTube star Elia Kodia has over 300,000 subscribers, and she's here to give us the best at-home solutions to banish our under-eye bags for good. Take a look at her first trick.
I'm going to be showing you a beauty hack you can do with potatoes to reduce your under-eye bags. The first thing you need to do is take a potato, and if you can, make it cold in the fridge beforehand. You want to go ahead and slice that baby up into a couple different slices. If your potatoes were already cold, once they're sliced, you just pop these on your eyes and they are good to go. You want to sit for 10 to 15 minutes and your puffiness and under-eye bags will be reduced. If you don't have time to make your potatoes cold beforehand, here's one little tip you can do. Pop them into a glass of water and let it sit for 1 to 2 minutes. You're going to take them back out and then put them back on your eyes, and then you'll be good to walk out the door with fresh new eyes.
Elia is joining us. If I could call you Elia, it would go with Kodia.
It would, and we can do that.
Is okay?
For you, it's okay.
God bless you. No, go. Your mom named you beautifully Ellie. All right.
Thank you.
Under-eye bags.
Yes.
I've got a big issue with them. They are genetic in my family. They are gargantuan some days.
Yes.
Can you identify with this?
I struggle with it so much too. I feel like all the time I will get 8 hours of sleep and I'll wake up the next morning and look like I got 2, and it's just not fair. So we're gonna put a stop to it today.
Yeah, people say I'm tired and I'm not. All right, it's not fair. So we're gonna explain exactly how those potatoes work on your under-eye bags. Come on over here. You know how everyone says the eyes, see the beautiful eyes, they're the window to the soul? You know how they say that? It's sort of droll. We take it literally here at the Dr. Oz Show. We built you 2 windows with eyes on them. Let's go to window number 1. Are you ready? Let's tap it together.
Yes.
Down and whoa. Reason number 1 is older skin. This stuff is very, very thin. And for that reason, because the eye skin is very thin and weak, you can see through them. And when you have a lot of blood vessels beneath there, which some of us have, you see those veins. They get dark, and coldness works, and Ellie, I think, hit the nail on the head, by shrinking these veins so much they compress, and then you don't see the blood vessels quite as much. And cucumbers, I didn't know this, but it's brilliant insight on your part, are actually denser, so they hold the cold better than other things. I'm sorry, you use potatoes, right?
Potatoes hold better than cucumbers, yes.
Potatoes are denser, so they hold the cold better than cucumbers, and you probably could use onion skins, but they wouldn't smell so good.
No, I would not recommend that.
All right, but your eyes would get all red. All right, so you want to use potatoes because they are dense. Okay, are you ready for number 2?
Yes.
The second solution, this is the one I'm looking forward to, really. This is for under-eye bags. Ready, pull down, and this addresses the fluid retention, the lack of sleep, the excess salt, the genetics that I have, too much alcohol. That leads to swelling in the body. And the fat beneath the eye, through the windows of our eye, is so big then from being swollen that you protrude and you can see it. So the way to deal with this is to make this skin, this stuff, a little bit tighter, taut. So it can stretch a little bit, but not too much, even if they're swelling. So what can we do to make that happen?
We are gonna work to make the skin tighter with 2 ingredients you already have at home. It's a super DIY trick we have here. So we're gonna be working with some egg whites and some witch hazel, and these 2 are gonna act as astringents together. So you just wanna take your little drops.
This is literally only egg whites?
Yes, this is whipped egg whites right here. So you just wanna take a little bit of witch hazel in there, put it in there, and then we're gonna mix it up. And this is something you can do in 2 seconds in the morning. So it's like, if you're late, no worries.
You can eat the leftovers, I guess.
You could.
So breakfast and eye treatment all at once.
I don't know if I would recommend that either, but
We can find, I bet you witch hazel is cathartic or something.
Maybe. So now we're gonna put this on you.
On me?
Yeah.
What not?
We're going to get really close.
Anything that helps my eye bags, I'll take.
Yes.
I trust you.
Yes. Okay.
Dr. Kodia.
Here we go. Dr. Kodia and Dr. Oz special. So we're just putting this little egg white mask on your face here.
It feels good.
Yeah. Let's get your other eye. We'll do a little more. Oh yeah, this one's better. Here we go. So you just want to kind of put it on your face until you've got a nice white foaminess.
You can do it to yourself, I guess, right?
You could. Just be careful not to get it in your actual eyes.
You have to go up to the side too, or just stay it down below?
Wherever it's dark and puffy is where you want to do it because it's going to tighten up that skin under your eyes. You want to leave that on for 15 minutes and then wash it off with lukewarm water and you're good to go.
You know, I can feel it starting to tighten already.
Can you?
Yeah.
It's magic.
It's magic. Okay. So Ellie has shared bonus tips for banishing under eye bags. Forget about this stuff on my face. That's just not there. She's going to put them on my YouTube channel. You can watch them on youtube.com/Dr. Oz and share them with your friends because I think they'll be life-changing for a lot of us with the big bags as baggage. Up next, I'm challenging you to lose the body baggage that you hate the most, saddlebags. And the best part is you can do it anywhere. The search is on. We're looking for a nurse to join our core team of experts to provide wisdom, expert commentary, and advice. If you'd like to nominate yourself or a nurse who's made a difference in your life, go to droz.com and click on #NurseSearch.
All new Oz, 30 days, 30 ideas to fix your biggest body problems. Our fix or fail lab tests what works and what doesn't. Plus, is gluten leaving you wiped out? All new Oz. That's coming up on Monday.
Throughout the show, I reveal the best ways to banish your body baggage, and I've saved the best for last. The dreaded saddlebags. Ooh, those pesky fat deposits on your upper thighs. Who hates those? Look at, gets me so mad when I see that on myself. I know what you're thinking. He's a male, he doesn't have them. You guys bothered by those?
Yes.
All right, so since everyone's talking about, I'll keep going with you, the hashtag squat goals. You know what those squat goal hashtags are? Here's a picture, by the way. They're inspired by Taylor Swift and her squad. But I'm going to make my own little hashtag squat goals group right here, right now. So I'm challenging you and everyone at home to my 30-day squat challenge to say goodbye to your saddlebags. You guys keep going. I'm going to rest. Whoa. I get a break. I'm exhausted. It's tough to do those things. Stop moaning and groaning. Keep going. All right, so take a look at this. Donovan Green and I, my fitness trainer, broke down the number of squats you should do each day for 30 days. So you're going to start off 1, 2, 3. Oh, rest day. And you're going to keep doing it next week. Same thing, rotates through. He layered it all out in a real simple infographic. Here's what the whole thing looks like. And don't worry if you're a beginner. This simple test is going to work. See all those little orange and reddish areas? Those are all rest days. So if you haven't been to a gym in a year, it doesn't matter. I'm going to post that picture on my Pinterest and Facebook pages. You can take the Squat Goals Challenge and share it with your friends. Post pics of yourself squatting with the hashtag Squat Goals. I'll be watching your progress and you'll like what you see. Remember, healthy and happy starts at home. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I'll come back in. Woo. Whoa.